Hey everyone, if you want to make your own podcast but you don't know where to begin, Spotify for Podcasters makes it super easy. They've got everything in one place, it's totally free, and you can make money while doing it. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start doing it today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and pretty much everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also supported, and you can even conduct polls and Q&As. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, the platform is totally free. No catch, totally free. When I wanted to start my own podcast, I did not know where to begin, and I didn't think it was even possible. And Spotify for Podcasters made it happen. They made it easy, they made it quick, and I am doing something that I love. What more can I ask for? So if you're interested in starting your own show, you can do it, and I highly recommend you give this a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Everything Kratom, the podcast about anything and everything Kratom. Great to have you with us on this Thursday morning. Hope all is well with you out there. I'm doing dandy. Starting to get over this cold, so that's good. Today, I wanted to do a very quick episode on Less is More Part 3. I find myself coming back to you all with this message over and over again because I always end up learning it myself over and over again. This lesson, less is more. It's not always more, but quite often, a lot of the time it is. So I'm going to tell you why I'm kind of sending out this take 3 less is more episode today. So yesterday, later on in the day, I was really starting to nod off, basically. Like, I was getting tired, and I still had a lot to do. Was not done with work. Had another 3 hours to go, and it was like, oh no. Oh no. So I decided to take white Indo, and that one usually works for me, but I took a little too much. It wasn't that I took so much that it made me fall asleep, and it's not that I took so much that it made me sick or anything like that. But I took more than I needed to. I took maybe 4 grams or something like that, and I was being sloppy and quick. 4 grams, it's, an average dose size for a lot of people, but that's a lot for me. I usually don't go past 3. 3.5 is my limit. So, I was being sloppy, and I was just like, well, I need the energy, and I wasn't really thinking. And it ended up making me very, it was kind of like I didn't get the motivation or the energy that I wanted to, and it almost made me feel like, not quite sluggish is the word, but, I wasn't moving at full speed. I'll put it that way. It wasn't helpful. And I think that it was foolish of me to take so much, thinking that they would just be that much better. And so today is a perfect little comparison. I woke up feeling really tired, terrible, that feeling when you have a cold, even if it's not that bad at that point. Like if you go to sleep, when you wake up, it's like you're waking up and you're still sick. It's like worse when you first wake up. That's how I felt. And I was not happy. So I was dealing with that. On top of that, I was tired. And on top of that, have an 8-hour day ahead of me, just like any other day. So I wanted to do something different, but then I thought, I think that I just took too much of the Indo White yesterday. It's not that it doesn't work great for me. It doesn't mean that it wouldn't be very helpful right now. I just need to moderate. So instead of taking 4 grams or 3 grams, I took 1.5, 2 grams. Maybe a little less than 2 grams. Let's call it that. Anyone want specifics? 1.75 grams. How about that? I took 1.75 grams of Indo White, and it's great. It fixed me on up in minutes. I have my motivation. I have my energy. I don't feel as sick, which is nice, but that's just because, I've been up for a little while now, and I, don't feel sluggish. I'm ready to go. Now, what will be interesting is later on today, maybe I'll do this again. Maybe midday, even though whites, usually if I take them back to back like that in the same day, they don't affect me as well later on in the day. I might take another 1.5 grams of white, because it's not about having that huge boost or really having it take over and do all the work for you. You know, it's just kind of like a helper sometimes is all you need. Just a little bit of a what is it called? A budge, like just like a little push forward. And that's all you need. So like, I'm probably going to try and do like a very small Indo white dose this afternoon, or maybe like a different kind of white, maybe like a white Thai, maybe like white Mang Da. But either way, no matter what I'm going to take, it's going to be a lot smaller than normal, because smaller works. Less is more. They always say less is, more stimulating, but sometimes I'm like, well, this isn't even like a less dose. This is like a very small dose. Like what? Once you get into like under 1 gram, people start calling that like micro doses, I think. But so I don't think I would call it that, but it's like, very low. And I think that it does great work for me. So I'm going to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I should remember that from now on, because this is the third time I'm saying this. I should really remember this. Oh man. Sometimes you just got to teach yourself the same lesson over and over again. But one day it'll stick. So I'm just hoping for anyone out there who's also dealing with a similar issue, hopefully this time it'll stick. Less can be more. Don't try and overdo it. And that's today's lesson. Okay, everybody. There's a little tidbit for you. These days I'm very busy, so, I'm sorry. Like right now it's just a busy time of year, so these episodes are somewhat short, but that's the beauty of the podcast. Some of these episodes are just going to be a few minutes long. Some of these are going to be an hour long. It's everything and anything in between. So that's the beauty of it. We're making it up as we go, building the plane as we fly it. I try and think of more imagery, but I'm having trouble. I'm not that good at that. Okay, I'll leave you all there. Don't want to make you suffer. Okay, everybody. Take care out there. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, we'll be back tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.